In an era of high pressing forwards and flashy flair players, sometimes the most interesting prospects are the ones who defy expectations. Meet Nick Woltemade, Germany under-21 international, Stuttgart forward, and a player who's quietly evolving into one of the most unique attackers in the Bundesliga. Standing at just over 6'6", you'd be forgiven for assuming he's a throwback to the old school target man, a battering ram, a plan B off the bench. But Woltemade is rewriting the script. With his touch, movement, and intelligence, he's more Peter Crouch with a playmaker's brain than your average big man. And that's exactly why they've started calling him the German Crouch. But to understand where Nick Woltemade is going, you first need to understand where he's been. Born in Germany in 2002, Woltemade joined Werder Bremen's youth academy at just 7 years of age. A lifelong fan of the club, he rose quickly through the ranks, showing an unusual blend of physical presence and technical control from an early age. At 17 years of age, he made his senior debut in the Bundesliga, becoming the youngest top-flight player in Werder Bremen's history. The potential was clear, but like many young talents, the road ahead wasn't smooth. Injuries, tactical mismatches, and Werder's struggles for consistency limited his chances. By 2022, the once hyped prodigy was at a crossroads. That's when he decided to make a smart and humble move by dropping down to the 3rd division to go on loan to SV Elfsberg. It turned out to be the perfect reset. Free from the pressure of top-tier football, Woltemade flourished. He finally grew into the massive frame, scoring goals, notching assists, and most importantly, playing with confidence again. That breakout year caught the eye of scouts across Germany. And in the summer of 2024, Stuttgart, a club renowned for nurturing young talent, made their move. Under the guidance of manager Sebastian Hoeneß, Woltemade was brought in, not just as a backup striker, but as a tactical wildcard. And now, at the age of 23, he's beginning to show exactly why people are taking notice, from Bundesliga rivals to giants like Real Madrid and Chelsea. And while the nickname the German Crouch may sound like a meme, make no mistake, this is a player with serious upside. So, how exactly does Nick Woltemade play? Let's break it down. Nick Woltemade is one of those rare players who forces you to look twice, not just because of his height, but because of how he moves despite it. As tall as he is, he cuts an imposing figure on the pitch, but watch him closely and you'll realize he's not your typical big man. This is a player who drifts into midfield to link play, who turns smoothly under pressure, and who spots passes most strikers his size wouldn't even attempt. His feet move quicker than you'd expect, his brain even faster. But let's break it all down. Now, Woltemade's core strengths lie in these 3 areas: link-up play, positional intelligence, and ball control under pressure. At Stuttgart, he's most often deployed in a fluid forward role, sometimes as a false 9, other times as a second striker or an attacking midfielder. In all cases, he's not the final destination, he's the connector. He excels at dropping deep between the lines to receive the ball, dragging defenders out of position and creating space for Stuttgart's pacey wingers to exploit. He'll often play quick one-touch layoffs or clever flicks to onrushing teammates, helping Stuttgart break pressing lines with vertical combinations. Despite his size, he's also incredibly calm in tight spaces. He can take the ball under pressure, shield it with his frame, and still find the right pass. It's his balance of composure and creativity that's led scouts to describe him as a tall 10 in a striker's body. And yes, he can also be somewhat deadly in the box. He's a threat in the air naturally, but don't think headers are all he brings. Woltemade is a knack for arriving late in the box, ghosting past defenders and finishing with either foot. He's not a volume shooter, but he's smart and clinical when the chance arrives. So, where does the nickname the German Crouch even come in? Well, it started with the obvious. Woltemade looks a lot like Peter Crouch on the pitch, tall, wiry, and towering over defenders, but the comparison goes deeper than just appearance. Like Peter Crouch, he's deceptively technical. He doesn't play with brute force, he plays with finesse. Both Crouch and Woltemade have a certain grace about their game that throws people off. That slightly awkward looking style that hides just how smart and skilled they actually are. As I mentioned, he doesn't dominate games with just pace or power, he disrupts them by occupying strange pockets of space, by combining unpredictability with midfielders, by making defenders constantly ask, do I follow him out or do I just stay put? At just 23, he's already showing the signs of becoming one of the most tactically flexible forwards in the Bundesliga and around Europe. And in a Stuttgart team that thrives on intelligent movement and fluid positioning, he's proving to be the perfect fit. The nickname may have started as a meme, but make no mistake, the German Crouch is more than just a tall striker. He's a thinking man's forward and possibly the future of Germany and potentially Bayern Munich's attack. Now, Woltemade might not be a household name just yet, but with a unique mix of size, skill, and tactical intelligence, that's only a matter of time. Whether he ends up leading the line for Germany or making that big money move to a Bayern Munich as an example, one thing's clear, the German Crouch is just getting started. But as always, guys, big up to everybody who's been locked in to today's video. Let me know your thoughts on Woltemade in the comment section, and I will catch you guys very, very soon. Peace.